This upcoming duo brings creative, traditional cuisine to their catered events. Now, whether you attend one of their pop-up dinners or you hire them to cater your next soiree, one thing is for sure, set your expectations high because satisfaction is guaranteed. I'm Staci Static, and you're tuned in to the Daily Mix Who's Cooking? And up next, I'm cooking with Culture Catering. I'm joined by Misha K, co-owner of Culture Catering, and Chef Jack, executive chef of Culture Catering. And you all have it smelling too good in here already. It must be garlic, simmering in butter.
Definitely garlic, yes.
All right, so what are we cooking today?
Today we're cooking a seafood Cajun pasta. So right now we have some garlic simmering with some red pepper flakes just to pull out the flavors of both.
Okay.
So that's what's going on right now. Then we're going to add some mussels and shrimp, and we're actually doing a reduction sauce with heavy cream.
Okay, nice. And what kind of noodle are we using for this pasta?
Linguine pasta.
Linguine pasta. I'm super excited because I'm super hungry. I'm glad that I come ready to eat. So Misha, tell me, what made you start a career in food service?
Well, I just come from a family of cooks.
Okay.
I'm not culinary trained, but I can throw down a little bit.
Right.
And people were just telling me for the years that I should go ahead and get into the industry, and finally I stepped out on faith and decided to do it.
Well, you all are doing it now. So how was this Culture Catering company formed?
Well, Chef Jack used to work with me at a former restaurant that I owned.
Okay.
And we decided to step out and just do something different. And she and I both agree that cultural food is where, comfort and where people are excited, and we want to give people something that they're familiar with. And, a lot of times she gets creative and kind of changes it a little bit, but most of the time you can definitely relate to that entree.
So we're adding
The mussels now, we're adding the mussels to the pan, whether we have the garlic, the butter, and the red pepper flakes. You want to kind of get that going and have them open up a little bit.
Okay.
And then next we'll add the shrimp once those cook just a little bit.
And with seafood, it cooks rather quickly
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
you
for
gotta
sure.
keep an eye on it, and we're gonna get the sauce simmering a little later on. So tell me about Culture Catering's specialties, Jack. Can you tell me about that?
Basically, we specialize in cultural cuisine. Specialties, it's cultural comfort food, I can say. That's what we love personally, just comfort food from all walks of the earth. So that's what we want to specialize in, pretty much. Yep.
So what kind of training did you get in order to prepare yourself for things like this?
Well, I went to culinary school, L'École Culinaire, some years back. Maybe, let me see, about 6 years. So I've been in the industry about 7 years now. Culinary school was 6 years ago. I was executive chef twice over now, and now we have our catering company, which has been going pretty well for us.
Oh yeah, and you all actually do pop-up dinners, and
Yes,
I attended one of them, and I got to tell you, I looked at the menu before that particular dinner, and I said, I think I know who the chef is, because it was. I want to say.
I kind of have that familiar mark.
It was a few things. I know duck bacon is probably one of the things that you do. Is
And
that?
her duck rangoon.
Oh,
for sure.
okay. I've never had that, but I was just like, I think I know who this chef is. So do you have any other things that you probably incorporate into a lot of your recipes that keeps it kind of consistent?
Yeah, for sure. Some of her family recipes, like today we're using a secret ingredient, so this will be our Cajun spice today. So just those things just kind of give us that familiar flavor, you know? So yeah, so definitely things like that, like the duck bacon. We try to use familiar items, but in a different way, just so, like you said, sometimes when you go, you're like, oh, I think I know who's behind this.
I think I know who this may be.
You can definitely tell
Yeah.
when you see her work.
Well, absolutely, and it smells delicious. So you added the shrimp, and those
Yes.
are some pretty large, almost prawns.
Yeah, those pretty large shrimp. You know, I feel like if you want to, you telling people they're going to have seafood, give them seafood. You know what I mean?
You want to
Because
see the food.
food, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna let the shrimp just cook just for a little moment. Then we're going to add a little white wine, and then our heavy cream, some Parmesan cheese, and the other spices here: nutmeg, salt, pepper, our Cajun spice. Once those shrimp cook halfway through, you don't want them to cook till they're completely done, because
Okay.
they still have to simmer in the sauce. And then you don't want them to be overcooked.
Oh yeah, because you get that. A lot of
Yeah.
people, I see that in reviews at restaurants all the time. The
Right.
shrimp were perfectly cooked, because the
Yeah.
last thing you want is a chewy,
Exactly.
overcooked
Exactly.
shrimp. And you can
Exactly.
easily do that with seafood. So
Exactly.
people make sure you
Sure.
watch it. So you can definitely get the recipe throughout the episode here, and you're adding the white
Yes, I'm
wine.
adding some white
So does
wine
it
now.
matter what kind of wine you use
I
when
like
you're
to
cooking?
use a dry wine. You really don't want to go the sweet route unless
Okay.
you're cooking like a dessert or something like that. So I'm just using a Pinot Grigio. So yeah,
And it
It's
probably should be something you want to drink, since you're only using
Exactly.
exactly.
That's, there's some people say, just get a cheap wine and
Yeah.
cook with. No.
Yeah.
If you won't drink it, don't cook with it.
Exactly.
And then you want to
Please
drink while you're cooking.
don't. Exactly. Okay, let's pour it up. All right, so you do these pop-up dinners. When is your next event? You did a big one for Valentine's Day. I saw the
Correct.
pictures on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
It was making me hungry. I was super jealous of everybody who attended. I was like, oh, I need a date. So tell me about that particular dinner and what you served.
Oh,
That was a great dinner.
Yeah, it was a great dinner.
And everybody that comes to our events is not couples.
Okay.
There were some people that came for the Valentine event. So it's a 4-course. Typically, when we do our pop-ups, we do a 4-course
Okay.
meal. This time, we did a antipasti station.
Oh, nice.
Which is really convenient, because when they walked into the venue, there was already some snacks for them to get going. So we
love
had
that.
different roasted vegetables and cheeses and jams and breads and everything. Then we went into our appetizers. Of course, we had her famous duck rangoon.
Which I
So
need to try.
You really do. If you
Yeah.
think crab rangoon is good, not until
Wait
you've
till you try
had
the
this
duck,
duck
right.
I
rangoon.
love a good duck anything. Anyway,
Yes.
go ahead.
And then we had Chef Jack is really known for wings.
Okay.
So we had some wings.
Yeah, we did I did the mango wings that day.
Oh yeah, the mango habanero wings.
Yeah,
And then samosas, which is it's like a Mediterranean type,
Mediterranean.
type dish.
Okay.
And that's
So-
what we talk about creative culture.
Yeah.
We do other cultures, not just soul food or Creole food or something like that.
So how do you do the research to come up with these different?
We eat,
A lot.
breathe, live food. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Yeah. So we're constantly working. Even when we're not actually physically working, we're just looking at recipes, trying new restaurants around St. Louis, different things like that, just to keep us in the know of what's hot and just different things that we would like to learn personally. So yeah.
That sounds like a pretty
Social
fun
media,
job.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, social media a lot.
Yeah.
Inspiration, just anywhere you can get inspired. So.
Well, you definitely can. So you're actually, I guess, going to reduce that down
Yes,
a
it's
little
gonna
bit.
reduce just for a little bit.
It smells so fantastic in here. Mussels and shrimp and cream sauce. Anytime you add heavy cream, you know it's wrong and you know it's right all at the same time.
All at the same time.
It's all good. So we're gonna go ahead and let this finish simmering, and when we come back, I'm gonna tell you about an event you don't want to miss, and we're gonna eat. So hold on.
Welcome, innovators, dreamers, pioneers of the 21st century. We've been expecting you to come discover your dreams and make your ideas take flight. Just like so many explorers that came before you. Welcome to the hub of opportunity. Welcome to St. Louis. Always exploring.
Hey, you know what? Welcome back. Wow, Culture Catering has it in here smelling so good. I got to tell you about this amazing event. St. Louis is full of talented artists, and there's a space created for these individuals to express themselves. A couple of companies leading the way are Black Seance and Artsy. Along with partnerships with SIBA and the Coke Art Factory, they have created a don't miss event called First Friday. It happens this Friday, March 3rd. You don't want to miss Monochrome at the Coke Art Factory located at 2500 Ohio Avenue. It goes on from 7 until midnight, and it's just $10 to get in and enjoy a great vibe with talented artists at an amazing art walk. For more info, hit up the event organizer on Twitter at Black Seance. It looks good. I heard it's an event for all the cool kids, and if you want to support the cool kids, this is where you need to be. So make sure you put that on your calendar. But right now, we got to get back to this amazing smelling seafood pasta. Chef Jack has already added the mussels and the shrimp and the cream and the wine. And now we're adding the linguine noodles. It's almost time to plate it. So I guess you're going to garnish it with what, some parsley over there?
Yes. That'll be the final touch.
Okay.
And right now we're just adding the linguine, and then we're going to readjust the seasoning because, you know, once you keep adding things, it kind of loses its flavor.
Right.
So we're just going to let that maybe simmer for about 1 minute, and then we'll plate up and then add the garnish, which will be the parsley.
So do you taste as you're cooking?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do
you
that.
have to. Like I said, you need to know when to readjust and things like that. So in the beginning, I'll taste, and in the middle, I'll taste, and towards the end, just so you can make sure you have all of those flavor profiles down.
That's how you can prevent from having some bland food coming out of your kitchen, honey. You
Yes.
don't want that.
Yes.
People eating your fried chicken, talking about something. You should have added more salt or something. So Misha, tell me, I know we talked about your pop-up dinners, but you have other events too. Tell me what you have on the schedule now.
So next we have on April 22nd, we're doing another event with the Opera Theater of St. Louis.
Okay.
So we're doing a pairing event. This is actually going to be our third time doing it. So they do 9 performances, 9 different songs, and we pair either a food or cocktail item with it.
Nice.
So the one in January was at the National Blues Museum,
Oh.
which was fun because I'd never been there before. And the next one's going to be at the Omega Center.
Okay, that sounds like
excited.
so much fun. So put that on your calendar, and they can get more information about that where?
So actually go to Opera Theater St. Louis, their website.
Oh, okay.
And then when the tickets come out, we always post it on our social media that it's time.
Okay.
Our event sold out. It was the first one that sold out for the January. So just make sure if you want to go, you get them right away.
Okay,
for
make sure you put that on your calendar and get those tickets early so you don't miss out on trying their amazing food and enjoying some opera all at the same time.
All-
It sounds
it's
like
wonderful.
a perfect pairing.
Yeah.
So you're chopping up the flat leaf parsley over there.
Oh, you know what you're
your
talking
stuff.
about.
I told you, I do this. I do this. A lot of people don't understand. Somebody was like, Staci, you know how to cook? Yeah. I got kids. I hope I do know how to cook something.
Yes.
But I enjoy food. I'm a foodie just like you guys. I love to go out and try new restaurants and find out who's doing some really cool and interesting things in St. Louis
Definitely.
in the culinary world. So yeah, I mean, you got to stay on top of these things. So I cannot have a show like this without knowing
Without
my
knowing something about
without
food,
knowing
Drop
something.
the terminology on
Yes.
that.
Flat leaf parsley. That's
It's shocking. So make sure you keep up with everything they have going on. So she's adding some finishing touches to the garlic and what it was some garlic and some more peppers that you put on there.
Actually, I added some more of our Cajun spice.
Okay.
A little bit more red pepper flake just to kind of pull out because it's Cajun, so we want to
Yeah.
make sure we get that spice.
Get a little
a
kick.
little black pepper and just a pinch of salt because we were pretty good on the salt.
Yeah.
And you have that nice wine flavor going on. So yeah, so just readjusting at the end. So now we should be ready to plate. As you can see, it's simmering. The sauce is a nice consistency at this point. So we should be ready to plate up and try some food.
So what should you look for when you're doing a cream sauce?
So basically, the reduction part is important. You want to let it reduce by half, if you know what that means. So as let's say you have a cup of heavy cream. So once you want it at a nice simmer. You don't want it cooking too high, but you do need it at a simmer because that's what starts the reduction process. So you want to at least see it reduced by half, and that's how you know that it's thick enough. You don't want to make it too thick. You know what I mean? Because you want a nice loose pasta. So at this point we'll turn it off because it's like I said, it's continuing to reduce. Now what saves you too, if you add the wine to it, that's also liquid. You get liquid from the seafood, the wine, and then that also helps keep it balanced without it thickening up too much, so.
Okay, because the last thing you want is some too thick pasta with a cream sauce. You can't even lift the pasta up.
That's where people make their mistake.
Yeah, I see that. So you learn some tips, and you also get that. So you know what? It's time for us to go ahead and plate this up and wrap this up. Make sure you keep up with Culture Catering on social media at Culture Catering on their Instagram.
Yes.
And what's your email?
culturemovementstl@gmail.com.
All right, make sure you do that. Let's go ahead and get that on the plate so I can try it out.
Alrighty.
It looks delicious. You know what? Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of The Daily Mix, Who's Cooking? And thank you, of course, to Misha K.
Thank you.
And Chef Jack of Culture Catering. And for more information on STL TV, Who's Cooking? Download the STL TV app or connect with us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We love to hear from you. We'll see you next time. Ooh, let's get in there. Let's do this. Ooh.
I'm gonna hit it with
Oh,
some
sorry.
parsley real
Oh,
quick.
she's gotta dress it up real nice for me.
There you are.
Let me go ahead and taste it. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum. I feel like I'm just eating.
It looks like it's amazing.
That's ridiculous.
Thank you.
All mine. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I feel like I got it all on me. This is so good.
Good. Glad you enjoyed.
Yes, definitely. I'm taking all of this with me. Whoop, whoop.
We got that.